Yeah, what go on people? Slik RRhymez this, my back with the next tutorial. Well, I'm gonna call this a tutorial still. Cause it's something different this. Today we're gonna talk about how to set up a home studio. A basic home studio. And the reason why I decided to do a video like this is because I find the majority of the people that subscribe to my channel are artists. So it's only right that we do a tutorial for showing what we know and what we learn over the years about setting up a home studio. Because I can do most of the things them from home now because of technology. So most of the things that I might say in the tutorial or in the video are things that you might know already, but we're going to say it same way and emphasize it for people who don't know how to set up a home studio and what you need to set up a home studio. And it's really affordable to set up a basic home studio. Because as we speak right now, you can set up a home studio for less than $1,000 US. So that is really affordable. You know, and it work out better over the long term in a more ways than one. So we even going to talk about what are the pros and cons, the advantage and the disadvantage of having a home studio. So I could start off with the good news. We're going to start off with the pros. First pro of having a home studio in your yard. Cheaper, you save money that can be used for marketing later on. So meaning say, if you don't have your own personal studio, that means say you go to a professional studio go record music, which you have to pay studio time, right? If you add up all of that studio time the way you pay for the year for record music, it work out to a whole heap. Understand? So you can use that same amount where you spend for the year, or even less. I'm sure say even less than that you're gonna spend for make that setup, yeah. So the money where you would spend, it'll go work out back over the years them to come. Because it's a permanent investment this way. You're not going away. You always have it, you can always record. You know? And the upside to that is extra money them where you would spend for go studio, you can show about that in a marketing. In whether it be Instagram ads, promotion and all them things there. Probably later on in the future I do a next tutorial about how to market yourself as an independent artist as well. So that's the first pro. Second pro of having your own studio is you have more creative freedom, more time to perfect your performance. Meaning say, if you're not buy studio time, you don't have to go to a studio for buy studio time. That means so you not watch the clock. So you can be more creative, you have more creative freedom, you not have to watch how much studio time you have left and all of that and rush the song. You have as much time as you want. You know, you can start a song, record piece, cook some food, go up on the road, come back, continue. You don't have to worry about time because you have your own personal setup and you can work on it and you can perfect it. Because most time when you go to studio, you not get the amount of time to perfect it. Right? Because sometimes we record a song, you plan to do the song a certain way, but when you're in the booth or when you're in the studio and you listen to it, but you hear other things where you could have add to it to make the song better, or other things where you could have take out. You don't have the creative freedom there if you watch the clock. Because you can't put a time on creativity. You know? So, that's the next pro. So the third advantage or the third pro of having your own personal home studio is you learn a new skill that can help on your musical journey. So, by learning how to record yourself, record your own music, spend the time on perfect your performance, through doing all of that, you might not notice, but you develop a new skill. Yes, automatically a recording engineer might not be a professional one, but you know how to record your own thing. You are the person who know how you want your song to sound. And by doing this over time, you develop a new skill that nobody can take away from you. And that's something you learn forever. You do this for a certain amount of time. You, the artist, might learn your sound so good that even when you go to a professional studio, you can tell them or even suggest ways how you like your song for sound and all of them things there because you actually master the craft to a level. And finally, the fourth pro to having your own personal recording studio is you don't have to leave home to record music. And that's one of the richest points on the board because there's a certain level of independence and self-sufficiency to it where you can get things done. right? And as me say now, for watch the clock. So them they're all four are the pros. I mean, me think personally are the advantages to having your own personal studio. So now we're gonna move on to the cons, the disadvantage of having your home studio. First one, gears cost money. So the equipment that you're gonna use, it costs money. So I know I'm gonna say, how in the first pro me I tell you say it's cheap and you save money, but now me I tell you say it costs money. It costs money because the investment where you're gonna make, let's face it, all of we are young artists and young producers, we don't have the money like that. You know, so everything what we spend on is a sacrifice, or not even a sacrifice, an investment towards the thing. An investment, take a little thing, you know. So cost money there so initially, but over time, reason why I say it cheaper is it work out over time. So the longer money. So over time you're not gonna spend as much money. I just the initial investment I go might break a foot or a big toe, you know. So yeah, gears cost money. That are the first disadvantage or con to having a personal home studio. Second disadvantage is professional advice from experienced producer. So you're not gonna have that. You're basically depend on your own in the ocean and you have to learn to swim. Although you have YouTube, you can learn certain things and you can learn now for your own because really, it's not really that hard. If you can use an app, you can use a recording software. The second con is you're not gonna have a professional experienced producer for advise you. So you might go half beat, half key. If you have somebody there with experience, like myself, I can tell you say, yo, him sing it that way there, that the half beat, that the half key. You're not gonna have that. So you have to learn certain things off for your own and know if you catch yourself when you go wrong and all them things there. So I don't even know if that is a disadvantage because by doing that, you're gonna develop skill over time on your own, but it just take a little time still. It might be a con, depends on who you ask. Me personally, I look on that as a con or a disadvantage. The more thing you can do for yourself and learn to do for yourself, it'll always work out better for you over time. You see me? Alright, so we move on to the final con with me find with a home studio. The final disadvantage is drum roll. Room and environment nice. Nobody not like that. That's one of the most annoying thing about having a home studio. All of the background nice, the room nice and all of them things there. You can't get rid of it. That's one thing you have to just know say. It a go there, you have to just know how if you do it properly. So like personally, like when I record, simple thing as if you can tell people in the house to be quiet, or you can record at a time when nobody not there. You know? And if you can keep the mic away from the computer, because you know the computer fan with the zzz, all of them things there. So basic environment nice, car where you pass out a door. So it's like a certain thing them there we have to work around. You know? Yeah, not major, but it's a nuisance nonetheless. So you have to find ways to get rid of background noise. And we're going to talk about some of the gears that can help you reduce background noise in your recording. Or you have a thing with them called reverb, where basically when you make a sound, when you're recording on the mic, if the room not properly treated, the sound going at the mic, but the sound might bounce off of the wall, bounce back right into the mic, so you get a little reverb echo effect. So you call that room sound, you know? That is why in a professional studio, they have booth where you're recording to kill the noise, so the noise just have no interference from nothing else. So that's the final con. So we're gonna jump right into the equipment them what you need, and as I say, this will cost less than $1,000 US, which might be a large investment to some, might not be to some, but it's an investment nonetheless. And you know it go. The advantage of all of this overall is you can get a sound where can rival professional studios. These new technology and these new gears and equipment where they have now, back in the 90s or the 80s, you would have to go to some state-of-the-art studio to get them sound quality, you know. But because technology becomes so good, we can get them things within under $1,000. So let's talk about what you need. First and foremost, you need a laptop or a computer. Right? It can, it no matter if a Windows or Mac, we now get into which one better because computer are really computer. It's all about how you use it. So, first thing you need is a laptop, a computer. If you have one already, fine. That a go earn like these are the most expensive equipment on the list, piece of gear on the list to set up a basic studio. This a go earn you anywhere between 400 US or 500 USD. This is one of the key things that you need nowadays to record modern music. I'm going to tell you some specifications of what you need the machine to be capable of. First, you're going to need a good brain in the computer, which them call the CPU. So you need something like a i5 processor at least. So you don't have to really know all of the technicalities of what them can do and them things there, but you need an i5 processor. That's at the brain of the computer. At least that to run the software them smooth and them thing there. You need a minimum of 8 gigabyte of RAM. The RAM are the memory of the computer. So the memory and the CPU, them work hand in hand. The memory and the brain. You know? And you need at least 1 terabyte hard drive. Because as I know, music files, them take up a lot of space. So you might have a 500 gig, within 2 months you done that. Whereas if it's a computer where you have do other stuff when the music related, probably watch movies or other things, the space tends to get clogged up faster. And if you can, it's good to have a computer where designated for music only. Where you can do other stuff on it, same way, but if you can do that, you know. So if you have a computer where you want to try use, no, you can do that. But if you have a plan to buy something, go for them specs. i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, whether it be Mac or Windows, it don't really matter. Second most important piece of gear you're gonna need to set up your home studio is an audio interface. Right? Now, what is an audio interface? An audio interface is a piece of gear where it will translate the sound where you record in the mic and convert it to digital. It will transfer the analog sound to digital and put it in your computer. So all the signal chain goes, you record into a microphone or record it into the microphone going at the audio interface, and the audio interface convert that and put it in the computer. Now, this piece of gear I'm going to tell you about, the one I'm going to recommend you buy are the Focusrite Bundle one. It's very popular. And the advantage of buying this one is it comes with the audio interface, it comes with a set of headphones, and it comes with a microphone. So you have 3 birds that dead right there, so, you know, 3 in a 1. And that I go run you at least 250 US. Between 230 USD or 250 USD and a 3 in 1 that. Right, I use record this right now too. So it's a good microphone. You always gotta have better gears, but remember I start basic. This can do a whole heap of damage. So now the third thing we're gonna talk about are the accessories them you're gonna need to get a better workflow and a better quality recording. These are some basic things. You're gonna need a thing what them call pop filter. What that do is split up the S sound them and the P sound them. So them not sound as harsh when you record. So you break them up. So because the S and the P sound them tend to get annoying on the ears over time. So the pop filter, I gotta take care of that for you. The pop filter might cost like $10. So I know whole heap. And second thing to go with the pop filter, a portable boot or a mic shield. Normally if you not have a mic shield, what the sound do is it go past the mic and bounce off of any hard surface where they behind and go back in at the mic. And that's what we talked about before with the room noise, and it just tend to make the sound get reverb and sound to, sound professional. You want the sound to be dry when it record. When the sound go past the mic and touch the sponge, it just disappear. The sponge split it up and absorb it. So go back into the mic. So that's it for the accessory. And them 2 accessories they are going to cost like 50 USD. So that for the accessories. Final thing we are going to need now are the DAW. What is a DAW now? A DAW is a digital audio workstation. Basically, this is the software we are going to process all of the audio them we record. You have a lot of them. The popular ones are Pro Tools, FL Studio, Studio One, Ableton Logic, etc. We're not gonna even get into which one better. Cause me personally, me can use anything. Cause all of them do the same thing. They just record sounds. So you might hear people tell about this better. Same like with the Apple and Mac conversation. People might tell you which da better. But all of them things here go back to preference. Right? What you're comfortable with and which software you know the most about, so you can get the most out of it. So that's all it boils down to. Me personally use Pro Tools because me learn so much about Pro Tools. It's like it easier for work. So me now go sit down in a software where me have to go spend a lot of time I look for. Say me want cut something. Me don't know the software, so me have to figure out how to cut it. Like me know all of the shortcuts them in a Pro Tools, so me can work faster. And the more faster and efficient you can work, the more creative you're going to be. So just choose a software, learn as much about the software as possible. So the technical side become like subconscious and you have to think about it. You can even focus more upon creativity. So we'll go over them again. Laptop, audio interface, accessories such as pop filter, portable boot, and DAW. The software we are going to use to record, yeah. And the chain, the signal chain straightforward. The first you have you, the artist where you sing, then you have the microphone, then you have the microphone connected to the audio interface, then you have the audio interface connected to the computer, and then on the computer you have the DAW, digital workstation, or the software where we are going to record the music, and that is it. You have a home studio for less than $1,000. Yeah, and trust me, it's worth it, people. Because me set up my personal home studio for a couple of years now. And it very good. Because I can just wake up with an idea and just turn on my computer and start get to work, So that's how the thing go. And as an artist, it's even more beneficial for your artist because artists, when you have a song, when you have the song too long, trust me, I know that when you have the song too long, it's bad when you just write it. But because you get so used to the song by the time you go to studio, it's still bad, But you're not emphasize, you're not sing it with that punch that like when it fresh. You know that go. You not put that effect there in it where you just singing with it. When you just say that line, then I say, Jano, that me say. But you get used to it so much because you sing it over every day before you go to studio. It's like it lose the punch. So all of them little things there, brother, it go add to your brand and your music. And like even things like dub plates and jingles. So you have a song now and a selector link you. So them want a dub plate from your jingles. Come on, man, you have to go studio to do that. In a 2020. No, man, we don't work with that. We just wake up and do dub plate and do jingles. Same place without even move. So the advantage is that if you have a home studio, and me personally believe say every artist in a 2020 supposed to have a home studio. If thanks for watching, like, comment and subscribe. If I miss out anything, let me know in the comments below. And anybody ask any question and you know the answer, just reply to them in the comment. What you think about it. Give thanks. Bless up.